Welcome back. I'd like to introduce my next guest, David Miller. He is the president of Chef by Request. Welcome, Dave.
Hi, thank you.
Glad to have you here. So tell me, I'm very familiar with Chef by Request. Wonderful. Tell me a little bit about it and how you got involved in it.
Well, I've always been in culinary. I went to school to get a bachelor's in culinary, so it's always kind of been my lifelong passion. But I started at a restaurant in Naperville many moons ago and just kind of fell in love with it. Did the culinary school, worked hotels, catering, restaurants, worked for Al Rubin here at Colonial Caterers for a number of years, and then just decided catering was the most exciting food service element that I could do, so I went for it.
Well, I know you've been around for 20 years. You're going to be celebrating 20 years, right, in 2015?
20 years.
So what do you guys do that has allowed you to really kind of stand the test of time?
I think it's evolved with the trends. So food is ever-changing, trends are ever-changing, and customer expectations change. That's why restaurants come and go. But the good ones who can consistently deliver that will stand the test of time. So we're very intentional about keeping up with the trends, finding out what people are looking for, what their likes and dislikes are, and kind of moving with that flow.
Cool. Well, I know that in the catering business, in your business, that you're really connected with people all the time and relationships. What do you find that your business has taught you, not only personally, but about customer service and about relationships?
Relationships are definitely a key element, a key factor, because people work with people they trust. So there has to be a likability factor. I think there has to be a level of professionalism. But at the end of the day, they have to trust you. And so we try to implement that level of trust in any relationship we have. And we try to implement it into the product and service.
Great. And so when you look at those relationships that you're building, how does that affect your business? Like what makes it unique? I mean, I guess that's probably what makes your business unique, right? Is those
the
relationships that you build.
Sure, because word of mouth. That's what everybody says is word of mouth. And that's very true. It's 60 to 70% of the referral basis. And if people have a good experience, in my business, it's much unlike other businesses where you're going to have an experience. And that experience is memorable. And people that have a memorable experience with Chef by Request are going to want to build on that relationship. They're going to want to continue to use the service because they can trust it. And of course, then they're going to go about town and tell people about that experience.
Right. So this is going to be a big year for you, celebrating 20 years. Anything special and exciting that you guys are going to be doing this year to celebrate 20 years in business? Because that's a milestone.
I know we have some things on the books for the Naperville non-for-profit. We're going to do a kitchen party with them in March. We're very involved in the new Noah's banquet facility that's going to be in with Naperville. I believe in November we're hosting the Naperville Chamber Business After Hours. But as always, we're just going to be about town, doing what we do, and showcasing our food and service.
Fantastic. I know that this industry is a time-intensive industry, both, personally and professionally. What have you learned about yourself, not only as a business owner, but being in the business?
I've learned that things don't always go exactly as planned, especially in catering. It's very labor-intensive, so I have learned a tremendous work ethic in not only physical labor, but in just mental stress and dealing with it. I've learned to be more patient because you deal with a higher end clientele, higher expectations, a little bit more stress there. But I think kind of building on that patience thing, just really addressing any situation and giving it your best effort to turn anything bad or mediocre into something good or positive.
Awesome. I know you mentioned your clients. Does Chef by Request have an ideal client?
Well, there's many things I could say for ideal, but honestly, the ones that we work best with are the ones who know who we are and they trust us. They know who we are. They know they don't have to micromanage us. They know what questions to ask, and they allow us to do our work, meaning they allow us to offer recommendations, they allow us to put personal input, and they allow us to take a little bit of control, a little bit of liberty, so that we can execute the way we see the vision. And the vision is decided with the client, but we're ultimately the ones that have to execute it. So the ones that comes down to trust, the ones that trust us are the ones that we all ultimately work best for.
That's great. Now, of course, when we think of catering, we think weddings, but I know it's so much more than that. Can you give us an idea of some of the events that you've catered?
Weddings is becoming a very, very strong division of the company, and very exciting because that's someone's most important day. So that is a privilege and an honor to see growth in the company, for sure. I really enjoy working with a lot of the companies and corporate businesses in the Naperville area and Oak Brook, and this area here, Western Suburbs, is a hub for a lot of major corporations. So we really enjoy being in the different businesses, the different buildings, and doing other monumental celebrations for companies.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I know that you've been a great member of the Chamber, and do you feel that that has assisted your business in its growth and success, or word of mouth?
Absolutely. It's like anything. What you put into it, you can expect to get out of it. So it's very relational. It deals with the trust factor again. It has lots to do with the word of mouth. But the people are what I've probably enjoyed the most. I've built a lot of friendships over the last 20 years, and many of them through Chamber involvement. So honestly, I like the social element the Chamber offers as well, because at the end of the day, again, it's likability and it's trust. So I've had a lot of neat relationships develop over time from the Chamber and just social elements of Naperville in general, and those evolve into word of mouth referrals.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, I know we are very lucky to have you here. We've had some great experiences with Chef by Request. So we thank you not only for being on today's show, but being such an integral part of our community. So thanks so much, Dave. And we'll be right back.